Dunke. The governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, has visited the site of the attack on residents of Orile Igboro and Ojaodon in Yewa North local government, promising that a special task force has already been set up to bring an end to the ugly incident. The governor also assured that the state government will foot the bill of those who were injured in the attacks.
The governor of Ogun State, Prince Dr. Abiodun, in company of the security chiefs in the state, arrived at Ojaodon to inspect firsthand the security challenges confronting the area. The crowd trooped up.
Igboro, Waparata, Niasa, Odimejo, Excellency, àwọn èèyàn wa wọ́n ní regard fún yín, wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ̀ wípé ẹ dá ẹjọ́ yẹn bó ṣe tọ́ bó ṣe yẹ.
Gómìnà àti ìjókòó wọ́n ti ṣetán láti gbé ibi tí wọ́n máa fi ṣe ìjókòó wọn sí àgbègbè wa ń bí. Kì í ṣe pé máa wá láti Abẹ́òkúta mọ́, máa wá láti Ìláró. Wọ́n máa jókòó sáàrin wa ń bí ni permanently pẹ̀lú àwọn ọlọ́pàá agbófinró àtàwọn sójà.
The governor empathized with the people, assuring that the security situation is being looked into.
Aláti wọ ọgbọ́n bí a ṣe máa bára wa gbé, bí a ṣe máa bára wa lò. Àwọn gbọ́dọ̀ máa para wa. Ẹnìkan gbọ́dọ̀ máa pa ẹnìkan. Ẹnìkan gbọ́dọ̀ máa bú ẹnìkan. Ẹnìkan gbọ́dọ̀ máa pa màálù ẹnìkan. Ẹsẹ̀ rí. Màálù ẹnìkan gbọ́dọ̀ lọ sí oko ẹnìkan. Ẹsẹ̀ rí. Mo fẹ́ ràn yín pé sùúrù tẹ̀ ṣe.
The governor visited the site of the attacks in Orile Igboro and felt the pain of the community.
And we can directly see a relationship between the visit of a particular person to this part of the state. That visit, we see that was a visit that provoked people here against the banditry or the criminal headsmen that have been coming here to graze farmlands. And that provocation led to the destruction of some of their properties. Since that time, we've seen attacks and counterattacks. On the part of government, we immediately issued a statement denouncing violence in any form or guise. Ogun State is a state that thrives on a mix of diversity of all ethnic groups and even foreigners. That is our strength. We immediately set up a special task force for this area that comprises of men of the police force, men of the military, men of the civil defense, men of the state security, and even our hunters, to protect everyone, not just the indigents, but everyone, including those that are innocent, foreigners that have been living amongst us for many years. That we have put in place. We have provided adequate logistics for them, for new vehicles, motorcycles, radio equipment, and so on and so forth, and their welfare.
He promised that the government will foot the bills of the injured victims. The people of the area were excited about the visit of the governor, promising to cooperate with the task force on security of Yewa land that has been set up by the governor of Ogun State, Prince Dr. Abiodun. Tunde Olaniro, OGTV News.
Still talking security, Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde and some northern governors are at the Shasha markets to assess the destruction at the scene of the clash between Yoruba and Fulani communities. The governors are Kebbi State Governor Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, Kano State Governor Abdullahi Gandoje, Zamfara State Bello Matawale, and Niger State Abubakar Sani. They came into Ibadan on Monday night to visit the area where violence raged last Friday, leading to destruction of lives and property. Makinde, who had expressed shock at the level of destruction during his earlier visit to the market on Sunday, said those who have lost anything would be compensated. President Muhammadu Buhari has promised to protect all ethnic and religious groups in the country. He told governors and traditional rulers to prevent primordial sentiment from boiling over. The president warned that he would not allow any ethnic or religious group to stoke up hatred and violence against others. He spoke amid rising ethnic tension and violence in some parts of the country as a result of the activities of some criminal herdsmen. Many people have been killed and properties destroyed in different parts of the country. The Nigerian Governors Forum, NGF, has outlawed open grazing by herders, and governors have been asked to take steps to end the incessant herders-farmers conflict. In a reaction to reports of the breakout of violence in some parts of the country by some ethnic and sectional groups, President Buhari warned that the government would not allow any ethnic or religious group to stoke up hatred and violence against other groups. President Muhammadu Buhari has named Mr. Abdulrasheed Bawa as the new chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC. He has therefore requested the Senate to confirm Bawa's nomination. The special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina, disclosed this in a statement on Tuesday titled, President Buhari requests Senate to confirm Abdulrasheed Bawa as EFCC boss. In the statement, President Muhammadu Buhari said the Senate should confirm Mr. Abdulrasheed Bawa as substantive chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC. Bawa, who is 40 years old, is a trained EFCC investigator with vast experience in the investigation of prosecution of advance fee fraud cases, official corruption, bank fraud, money laundering, and other economic crimes. The House of Representatives will on Wednesday screen the newly appointed service chiefs. The service chiefs will be screened behind closed doors for security reasons, according to Chairman of the House Committee on Defense, Babajimi Benson, who spoke to the media on Monday. There are Major General Loki Rabo, Chief of Defense Staff, Major General Ibrahim Atairu, Chief of Army Staff, Rear Admiral Gambo, Chief of Naval Staff, and Air Marshal Isiaq Amao, Chief of Air Staff. They are to replace the former Chief of Defense Staff, General Abayomi Oloronishaki, Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukuborotai, Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Ibas, and Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sadiq Abubakar. Speaker of the House, Femi Gbajabiamila, had last Wednesday read a letter from President Muhammadu Buhari seeking the confirmation of the new service chiefs. Over the decades, there have been a recurrent and sustained argument that the Nigerian state, like its counterparts in Africa and other countries of the developing world, underperform due to lack of state capacity to deal with the contemporary complexity of governance, thus making experts clamor for the glamour of restructuring. This report examines the state of governance in Nigeria and assesses the factor of militating against the promotion of public good and effective service delivery in the country.
Leadership in Nigeria over the years has been described as self-interest driven and other primordial considerations which takes priority over that of the general public. The nations, according to respondents, has failed in key major areas ranging from security of lives and property, promotion of the rule of law, and provision of social amenities for its entire citizenry. The nature and characters of the political leadership explains the Nigerian state's incapacity for effective governance, hence the need for political and economic restructuring.
Nigerians should sit together and restructure. The error in the head of people is that they think restructuring is all about East going, West going on its own, and South going on its own. No, restructuring is about sitting together to say it the way we want to be run, the way we want the country to go, the system of government, and how we want it. But to me, we need to live as Nigeria, as one body. But to move forward, we must state clearly how
we want to move forward. And that is the need why we have to, there's national conference to look into how to restructure this nation. Economic restructuring, political restructuring, social restructuring. We need all that to move forward.
On the current state of the nation, ranging from the recent change of guards in security leadership, Fulani herdsmen clashes in the southwest, CBN recent ban on cryptocurrency, Nigerians admonished federal government to be more proactive.
In the 21st century, the CBN supposed to follow other civilized countries, where the central bank of other countries have allowed cryptocurrency and other IT-oriented currency transfer. So what they should do is to regulate the cryptocurrency thing. If they know they cannot regulate it, of course, what they have said is a way to tell us they can regulate.
There's no economy in the world, we're talking about the developed economies like the US, the UK, most European countries and so on and so forth, that are where they are today, if not for the rate of the attention they pay to entrepreneurship.
Government should address the economic challenges first, create an enabling environment for economy to strive, create jobs, opportunity, and when that one is done, then the nepotism, tribalism should be put to the barest minimum.
Government at all levels were, however, enjoined to invest more in education and youth empowerment to take the nation out of its current state and make it one of the best among the Committee of States. Benga Adekoya, OGTV News.
The current administration in Ogun State is driven by the desire to create more opportunities for people to make their life better, which is why the people must continue to give overwhelming support to the government. Speaker of the Ogun State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Olakunle Oluomo, made this assertion while addressing members of Articulate Motorcycle Owners and Riders Association, Ogun State, during the celebration of 1 year in office by the executive of the association at the Amaran House Car Wash, Abeokuta. Matthew Shoumi completes the report.
The new executive of Articulated Motorcycle Owners and Riders Association, Ogun State, has since its inauguration 1 year ago focused on the implementation of various programs capable of improving the welfare of members and empowering them for better economic performance and contributions to the development of the state. The celebration of 1 year in office is not just to rejoice for the achievements recorded so far, but provides another opportunity for the executive to show appreciation to members for the support enjoyed in the last 1 year with the empowerment programs. Speaker of the Ogun State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Olakunle Oluomo, who was instrumental to the creation of Amaran in Ogun State, said the essence of the establishment was to create more opportunities for members of the party, which is why anyone given a position under the association must see it as an opportunity to further galvanize support for the administration.
All transport unions in the state should copy what Amaran is doing today by empowering the people of the state, particularly our party members. By so doing, we shall be attracting the support of everybody in the state to the advantage of our government.
Commissioner for Transport in Ogun State, represented by Engineer Wale Shokunbi, expressed satisfaction with the performance of the ESCO of Amaran in Ogun State and encouraged them to continue the good job they have been doing.
I've met with the chairman, I've met with the PRO, and because of the meeting with them, I've seen them to be people of focus.
Special advisor to the Ogun State Governor on Political Affairs, Honorable B. Adeleye, urged the executive and branch chairman to see their positions as an extension of the party, which must be used to work for the success of the party. Chairman of Amaran in Ogun State, Otunba Nuruddin Alowonle, expressed his happiness to have achieved so much in the last 1 year and promised that more are still coming.
ìmọ̀ràn mi fún àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ ni pé kó má dẹ̀ jẹ gbèsè mọ́, kó máa sanwó tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì lásìkò. 2 years for this time, ètò ìjọlé ìlọ lè máa tó wá bá wa ṣe.
Motorcycles were presented to branch chairman of Amuran as a form of empowerment, and others as a female motorcyclist from Odeda was also presented with a motorcycle. They appreciated the new Amuran executive for giving back to the people. Matthew Shoumi, OGTV News.
The founder of Jamiat Sadatu Awaliyat, Imam Muhammad Saeed Awal, has been described as a good and truthful Islamic scholar who is passionate with the service of Allah and humanity in general. Dignitaries present at the opening of a mosque, Arabic school and turbaning of Islamic chiefs, as well as the birthday celebration of Imam Muhammad Saeed Awal, stated this as he clocked 71. Our reporter Yusuf Ganiyu witnessed the 4-in-1 program held at Idera area in Oshiele in Ogun State. His report.
The convergence of eminent personalities, including some notable Islamic clerics, at the birthday ceremony of the founder of Jamiat Sadatul Awaliyat, Imam Muhammad Saeed Awal, to appreciate Almighty Allah for his life, especially for attaining the age of 71. Guest lecturer Sheikh Abdul Latif Yassatar disclosed that no matter the circumstances and challenges of life, Allah is the ultimate for every solutions. Former head of service in the state, Engineer Larry Bisiriyu, and National President of Akomoro, Alhaji Shamsuddin Akbelogun, among other personalities, said Alhaji Muhammad Saeed Awal is a very respectable man with fear of Allah.
Imam Saeed Awal is a father in Islam. He's a great scholar, and he's a very good Islamic leader. He was born 71 years ago, and we pray for him that may Almighty Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala continue to guide his steps and his sleeps.
Oh, he's a wonderful man. I met him in Mecca about 35 years ago, and he's doing very well. All I wish him long life and prosperity.
Alhaji Saeed Lawal is very pleasant. I'm very concerned about people's welfare. Whenever he sees you, he wants to know how far you've gone with your life.
Some others reflected that the celebrant is a true Islamic scholar whose dedication and commitment to the service of Allah is worthy of emulation.
He dedicated his life to Islam. He loves everybody. Saeed Lawal, olóríire púpọ̀ ni, is a good scholar. Tó jẹ́ sí wípé kò ṣe é gbàgbé.
Alhaji Muhammad Saeed Awal said, attaining the age of 71 is the true grace of Almighty Allah. Opening of mosque and Arabic school, as well as turbaning, is another aspect of the event to ensure Islam grow in all ramifications. The 4-in-1 program also witnessed presentation of awards to those who have distinguished themselves and contribute to the growth and development of Islam. Yusuf Ganiyu, OGTV News.
The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has said policemen who allegedly brutalized #Occupy Lekki Tollgate protesters at Lekki Tollgate last Saturday won't go free. Information and Strategy Commissioner Benga Motosho stated this on Monday at a media briefing organized by the Lekki Concession Company, LCC. He said Sanwo-Olu never directed the police to assault anyone and would not stand by and watch Lagosians being brutalized. Omotosho and LCC Managing Director Mr. Yomi were responding to controversies surrounding the firm's repossession of the Admiralty Circle Toll Plaza called Lekki Tollgate Plaza. The firm regained repossession of the facility following a February 8 ruling of the Lagos State Judicial Panel of Inquiry and Restitution for Victims of SARS-related abuses and the Lekki Tollgate incident of October the 20th. Across the globe, business entities or organizations, including governments, departments, agencies, and multinational companies, are required to register, while failure to do so could potentially hinder the growth of the business. In the special report, Adebola Oshomoji takes a look at the benefits of business incorporation or registration. Our report.
A registered company has its own legal identity. Therefore, when third parties contract with a company, they do so with a separate legal entity and not the individual directors and stakeholders. This means that companies survive the death or incapacitation of the owners, and it's possible for the directors and stakeholders involved with the company to change over time.
You know, if you don't have an entity, you don't know who we are dealing with. One of the principles of legal entity is that those legal entity can sue and they can be sued. But if you trade in your name alone without registration, we don't know the person we are dealing with. We are just an individual.
One of the things that affects people from getting finance to do business is their traceability. And for anybody to be traceable, you must have a registered business. So that's why it is essential that people have registered business.
Experts said registering business gives potential customers confidence that they are dealing with a reputable organization or individuals.
I always say your name is your identity. And your name is something that others can have the same name you have. So what authenticates your own name with us and the business community is registration. So one, it secures the name you have, your business name. You understand me? It secures your business name. Then you have the opportunity of opening a corporate account with his name. For instance, I was trying to buy something online a few days ago, and the lady sent me a personal account name. I rejected. I said, no, I want a corporate account to pay into. And so it gives you a corporate identity.
Customers and suppliers may likely want to transact with such businesses and makes it an uneven playing field when competing with registered companies. Adebola Oshomoji, OGTV News.
On foreign scene, the UN has warned Myanmar's military there would be severe consequences for any brutal suppression of the ongoing anti-coup protests there. UN Special Envoy Christine Ranger Bogner said the right of peaceful assembly must be fully respected. Access to internet in Myanmar was restored on Tuesday morning after it had been cut off for the second night. The junta has been regularly blocking the web to try to stifle dissent since the 1st of February coup. Ms. Bogner's warning came during Monday's phone call with the junta's deputy head. So Win, a UN spokesperson, said the special envoy stressed that internet blackout undermine core democratic principles. Myanmar has seen days of protests following a military coup which saw the junta overthrow elected leaders, including longtime democracy campaigner Aung San Suu Kyi, due to alleged voter fraud. The military has not provided any evidence to support these claims. U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says Congress will establish an outside independent commission to investigate the 6th of January attack on the U.S. Capitol by supporters of Donald Trump. In a letter to lawmakers, she said the commission would be modeled on the inquiry into the 11th of September 2001 attacks on New York and the Pentagon. Former President Trump was acquitted by the Senate of inciting the violence, but Democrats and some Republicans have backed an independent investigation into the riots which left 5 people dead. Ms. Pelosi said that retired U.S. Army Lieutenant General Russell Honor had over the past few weeks been assessing the security needs of the Capitol in light of the attack. She said that based on Lieutenant General Honor initial findings, Congress needed to allocate additional funding to provide for the safety of members and the security of the Capitol. Super Eagles coach Kenneth Rowe has confirmed Sparta Rotterdam Maduka Okoye as his first choice goalkeeper ahead of South Africa-based Daniel Apaye and Apollo FC Francis Udoho. The Eagles are billed to face Benin in